Hey, what's up guys? This is a re-upload of the A Reece video. It seems like YouTube has been on a demonetizing streak on my channel these days, but this specific video they demonetized even after the manual review. So, if you're looking at the views of this video, just add 7,000 views to it because I had 7,000 views before, so just add that to this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video and the re-upload. What's happening guys? Before we start the video, please join my Patreon. Firstly, you can watch the videos with no ads in between. Secondly, you can watch the videos a whole 24 hours before everybody else. Number 2, thank you for all the music that you guys have sent in. I promise I'm working on the show. I don't want to just play your song and then that's it. I'll be doing interviews with rappers who send in their tracks, putting you guys on playlists, and I even have live performances I'm producing. So this needs time. I promise I'm listening to your songs, so keep sending them in. If you send in your song without a screenshot of the subscription to the channel, then your email goes straight into the recycle bin. Number last, to get part 2, we need 2,000 likes. And don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into the video. I recently had the chance to watch Endgame for the first time, and I was a bit annoyed with myself. I'm the type of movie viewer who tries his best to remove emotion when watching a movie, so I can analytically take in the whole production, thus either giving proper credit or criticism where it's due. However, by the end of the movie, seeing Tony Stark holding that glove with all the Infinity Stones, snapping Thanos and his minions from existence was probably the most exciting thing I've seen all year. I started to wonder why it was so exciting to see this. Besides the time spent getting to know these characters over the years, I feel we always root for the underdogs who seem to have the better moral compass. There's something so satisfying about David beating Goliath. The fact that the little guy who had a significantly less chance of winning a battle overcomes the hurdle and succeeds. Such is the case with our subject today. Now, it's no secret that South Africa ranks high in developed countries with perceived corruption. Every other day, we are given news that another high-ranking figure has been caught fraudulently enriching themselves to the detriment of government-funded projects. The oh so great tender. Taxes are paid by everyday working people like you and me to the government in order for the government to use that money to better the livelihoods of citizens of that respective country. However, as human nature goes, if the people handling the money aren't strong-willed humans, we get shortcuts being taken. An example of this is money fed into a community to build 10 bridges in a specific area. A normal person will build exactly that. Now, Tutuzane will build about 9 or 8 bridges and pocket the rest of the money. In fact, in the most extreme cases, might not even build bridges at all, and the community is left with deciding whether to take the long way around or buying a boat to get to the other side. That brings us to Ambitiouz Entertainment CEO Kgosi Mahumapelo. Now, the rumors of Ambitiouz being a criminal enterprise were not unfounded. You see, Kgosi is brother to the former Northwest Premier, Supra Mahumapelo. To cut a long story short, Supra stepped down from being Premier because of the violent protests in the province calling for his dismissal. The people of Northwest felt that his reign as Premier was filled with incompetence and corruption. You know, losing money. In other news, his brother Kgosi Mahumapelo was able to secure funds to build a record label which is able to fund the rise of a few new artists at the same time, providing glossy music videos, radio tours, and even guaranteed awards. Hint hint, nudge nudge. One of those artists was our boy Lihlono. Born on the 27th of August 1997 in Pretoria, West Gauteng, Lihlono Matabuche aka Reece, was an avid movie lover. His father would take him on trips to the neighborhood video store to pick up movies to watch at home. Alright, I know I'm a 2000 and Gen Z won't necessarily understand, but during a period where there was no internet or it wasn't widely received, people had to drive out to a store which specialized in movies. Remember that, guys? Anyway, these movies would shape the content Reece would make in the years to come, when his music career would blossom.
You're sitting high up in the Sierra Mountains.
By the time his teenage years would roll around, he was already a hustler. After releasing the Forever King mixtape, he would hustle his way into the REUPLOAD studio owned by my personal favorite SA producer, PH. During this period, he would release his first song under the REUPLOAD studios, Casper's Picture.
How could this happen so quick? This shit is crazy, unbelievable, G. Could it be because Usaini Lake and double HP?
His sound would be more pronounced when he released his Brownies EP. The more polished sound allowed A Reece to make appearances on TV. The A Reece buzz would be one of the loudest in the underground. December 18, 2015.
I've been praying every day. Lord, please make a way.
In 2015, A Reece would email Ambitiouz Entertainment looking for a record label deal. After seeing Fifi Cooper's music everywhere, Benchmark would make contact with Ambitiouz Entertainment. Through the affiliation of PJ from Benchmark being his bigger brother, Ambitiouz would email him back the next day.
You feeling yourself and I'm not around. Your girl is with me if she not around.
Music from A Reece would be released at a rapid rate from here on out, dropping 3 more singles which included Zimbali.
I just woke up in Zimbabwe.
Ultimately leading to the release of his debut album. Now, Ambitiouz had a particular formula that they would work off of. They wanted to tap into the young hip-hop market. However, they wanted a South African mainstream Afro vibe to it. This formula worked perfectly with Emtee. His sound is that of a South African kid born and bred who is influenced by American music here and there. One of the reasons why Roll Up worked can be summarized in these lines.
Start rolling up the gate.
Here, Emtee is talking about smoking a joint. Krapa fasa is a South African slang term for crushing and rolling, while rolling up the jets is something you could find in a Wiz Khalifa record. Benchmark and Reece were both grouped into making the same kind of song. Benchmark with Bonang,
Hey, Bonang.
and A Reece with Mngani. A Reece originally wrote the song Mngani about a friend who had recently been released from jail. Not being mainstream enough, the label turned it into a love song. I personally believe this is the reason Benchmark and Reece seem to be working under the shadow of 2 bigger artists in the label, Emtee and Sjava. While Emtee and Sjava were able to feed the machine just being themselves, Reece and Benchmark had to fake their music to appease the machine. Alright, I'm gonna put a young pause here. So guys, I don't know if you've been seeing my community posts on YouTube. If you haven't, you should be checking those out. But recently, I got monetized. I wanna thank my mama, God, and Susan Wadijaja. So let's see how much I made from a 10K views video. What? Amara Susan Wadijaja. I really work hard on these videos and I try my best to bring them to you every single week. Please join my Patreon. It's only $3 or 50 Rand. I really would appreciate it and it would really help me in allowing to spend more time researching and editing the videos for you guys. It's the first link below. Alright, let's do the due diligence now by clicking the like button. Come on, make that button blue. I'm not dropping part 2 without the 2,000 likes. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, and now let's press subscribe. The red button right there. Subscribe. And finally, click the bell icon. After the release of Reece's debut album, it was clear that A Reece was not a top priority within the label. Emtee was just gifted with 4 Metro FM awards.
The art needs funding to live.
A gold plaque for his Avery album. And a Mercedes A45.
So who did the car belong to?
It belonged
I can say it belonged to the label.
Fans preferred Nasty C's music over his, and as much as he had a fan base, he had no money to show for it. February 17, 2017. Fifi Cooper, Benchmark, and Reece, who were all departing from Ambitiouz Entertainment, made an almost systematic statement in tweeting out their departures from the label. The rumor mill and the blogs were in a frenzy, trying to get all the information they could, which caused the implosion of Ambitiouz Entertainment. You know this happened during the Nasty C thing, right? So after this video, I want you to click here to see how I talked about the fact that it happened on the same day that Nasty C left Free World. The instrumental, produced by Mashbeat, had a mellow vibe to it, playing keys, which made the beat almost easy for Reece to bear his heart out on the song. This was a return to the A Reece that people first heard on the Brownies EP. The song informed us on interesting facts, like the fact that the PR team were buying cars with money they earned. They were paid monthly checks for approximately $20,000, and the label were using shady tactics to withhold plaques and awards from other artists. We can collectively say that this was the beginning blocks of the A Reece cult. Reece would now be working against the clock to release as much music as possible, saying his truth as Ambitiouz were working on implementing court interdicts to stop Reece from performing the songs that he had recorded during the period with Ambitiouz. The first song he dropped was a single featuring Flame.
Rather catch the flu, not feelings.
It had a slow, smooth melody, a reverse sample of Alvana's Perfectly Imperfect. The music video came out 10 times better than what was expected from what others thought his budget would allow. This song was a statement. Reece was here to stay. However, he needed to make more music if he was to be booked to perform. So, July 10th, Reece dropped 3 new songs at the same time.
Oh well, boy, touche.
Meanwhile in Honeydew, Touche, and Don't Bother. While not immediately catching the public's attention, Meanwhile in Honeydew would go on to be a sleeper hit and is still by far his biggest song that he would release to date. July 27th, 2013. The tour would increase A Reece's profile while Ambitiouz would be in the background scrambling to shut him down. At this point, Ambitiouz was playing the antagonist of the story and being seen as the big bad corporation with millions in rands backing the fight against the expression of one small artist. After A Reece had left Ambitiouz, the burning questions were surrounding whether Emtee approved of his move or not. 20th of February 2017. This was an obvious dig at both A Reece and Fifi Cooper, who both had lyrics which mentioned their supposed loyalty to Ambitiouz.
Ambitiouz entertainment till forever.
Both A Reece and PJ first would respond with tweets. A Reece would basically break down his interview with Pearl Tusi. Sorry. How he and Emtee had conversations about each other leaving Ambitiouz. Emtee would release The Crown with a few jabs at A Reece, but mostly a conversation. Reece would make his last response towards Emtee with this video.
Who makes the rules? The one with the most influence of you. The lifestyle faker, crown claimer, proud hater, keeping count when you do people favors. Not keeping count of what needs to be saved up. You say I'm undeserving, but you don't know what your worth is.
So guys, I don't know if you guys would actually like to see a full-length beef video between Emtee and A Reece, because Emtee would years later also leave Ambitiouz Entertainment and apologize to Reece. Drop in the comment section if you want me to make this a separate video. So back to the Ambitiouz situation. 2 things would happen that would get fans to rally behind Reece and change the perception of his career forever. On the 13th of March 2017, A Reece would tweet these. This was the first victory against Ambitiouz, with the unfortunate blackballing of Fifi Cooper on account of her not being allowed to perform her music. She would then lose out on booking, which, let's be real guys, Ambitiouz was evil for this, ne? They couldn't get Reece on the basis of withholding their music. They turned to a stunt they tried with him once before. Beef. Ambitiouz had recently signed a new artist by the name of Kid Tini, whose name was buzzing after dropping his debut single, Preach.
Said swear I'm back to preach.
Kid Tini is from the same city as A Reece. Before he was signed to Ambitiouz, he had already tried to take jabs at A Reece on a song that A Reece had done by flipping it.
This that nigga these haters ask about quietly, like is it him, the young king some of us haters would like to be.
Study the raps, little niggas fail to pass the mic. I'm far away from home, left the bragging right.
Kid Tini would mention A Reece on his first single under Ambitiouz, New School Bully.
Hey, tell him it's the new school bully. I can never tie with Reece like the do screw cookie. Hold up, tie Reece, who screw cookie on baby boy, if you ain't shook, you should be.
A Reece replied on a Rick feature, catching everyone off guard, only dedicating 2 lines to him.
Name dropping on me for a little recognition, but it didn't really help. Tour started and I'm here hunted by promoters, you ain't even getting mail.
In just these 2 lines, Reece was able to convey that no matter how much cash Ambitiouz was willing to pump into his nemesis, they still would not be able to stop his rise to stardom. February 21st, 2018.
It's bully season, bitch.
Kid Tini responded weeks later with a whole song titled Movie, which didn't really show awareness on Kid Tini's part. Nothing said on Tini's song addressed the allegations made by Reece on Pick You Up. The song proved Reece's points and only allowed Reece to win immediately after the release of Movie. The perceived win of A Reece versus Kid Tini was also a win against the Ambitiouz entertainment brand. Reece had done it. David beat Goliath. Next time on Everybody vs. Reece.
Let me get one thing clear. I do not sound like David. Get the fuck out of here.
See, I done came up quietly. Ain't nobody know what I could really do entirely, and everyone who knew what I could do was really tired of me. Remind me, part of me, I don't really know what's wrong with me. I wanna be a mystery. Cause you can believe that I'ma be a part of history. I'm counting on my fees, I got money with my pistol beat. I got enemies like I'm 2 by 26 and V, and all of y'all can hear the beat. I mean, even Sandra Bullock couldn't bear the heat.